was eating off of this good shit. Good shit, nigga. Next time, don't overlook shit. Keep your eyes open and your wallet in your front pocket. Prison chef, ghosts and knives, niggas is the prophet. Prison chef, ghosts and knives, niggas is the prophet. Prison chef, ghosts and knives, niggas is the prophet.
Hello, and welcome to the War Report. I hope you managed to get your PS5s today, because I did, and I'm going to try to get through this show so I can finally start playing mine. But it's been a very AEW-centric week, I'm not going to lie. Looking at the show notes here, we got stuff like the AEW game, not a lot of NXT stuff. We're going to talk about Full Gear, which I pre-recorded, so if it sounds weird, I'm sorry. And then AEW and NXT are relatively, I think, weird shows where I don't think they pushed a lot of things forward. So we're going to get into it right now. Alright, just some quick things because, obviously I'm not going to have much to say on this first topic here. Cody Rhodes wants to run for governor of Georgia at some point in time. I don't live in Georgia, I live in Miami, and I don't really know what is going on over there. But the interesting thing about the report, or, whatever article it was, it says that he only wants to wrestle for 5 more years. So we're going to have a lot of Cody for the next 5 years. We're going to see how his AEW career kind of just starts to wind down as he tries to, go for his political aspirations. And a big topic here, for me at least, AEW game. Now, I thought the game looked okay. It looked as good as WWE Battleground. Like, there is, absolutely no, it is 1-to-1 either WWE Superstars or WWE Battleground. It looks very arcadey, which, from people that played Battleground, they seem to like it. So this has the potential of being a really, kind of just decent game. What I don't like is, for the reveal, they don't have the leading figures of AEW modeled yet. So, if I were to put anybody in that trailer, I know Kenny probably got made first because he's kind of more hands-on with it, or has more ideas for it. But let's be honest, he's not truly that vital to AEW in the mainstream. So either the first models I would have picked would have been Jon Moxley, Cody, Jericho's fine. Which they had. They had Hikaru Shida there as their women's representation in the trailer. That's okay with me. I kind of wish they would have had a second model done, maybe to see Nyla Rose or Britt Baker be that second model, or even Chris Statlander. What's crazy to me is that they showed animation of what the Meltzer driver is going to look like in the game, but it's with unfinished, undetailed models. I think that maybe they should have had that at least. So for a trailer, Cody, Jericho, Young Bucks, Hikaru Shida. That's probably would have been my lineup for the trailer. This is obviously nitpicky things, but honestly, showing me a unfinished Meltzer driver with these unrendered models doesn't really invoke hype in me. So, more to say. More or less. When Kenny was talking about the game, he kept using the buzzword No Mercy in Fire Pro Wrestling. No Mercy, Fire Pro Wrestling. No Mercy to the point that they got the director for No Mercy to, I guess, be kind of hands-on with the game, or try to like receive his blessing in a like sort of manner of, hey, if he fucking with it, he made no mercy. You definitely gonna like it. So this runs into a problem for me because I've never played No Mercy. I did not have an N64. At Actually, no, I had an N64, but I guess at the time, just wrestling just wasn't on my radar at all. So I never got to play No Mercy. So pandering to that sort of like crowd doesn't really do anything for me. And I'm thinking in terms of like this current gen, No Mercy might be, great in your memory and your nostalgia, but does that gameplay style work in this day and age where we have games that control really well? I know WWE 2K games have weird glitches and like bugs and stuff like that, like what game doesn't, but when it works, it's pretty fluid. Like I do like having, the control scheme that it has, the arenas, just playing a lot of WWE 2K, I feel like the AEW game that is trying to mirror No Mercy might feel dated. And that's about it for that game. I don't really have much to say about the mobile game. It just seems to be like a sort of GM mode, but like in the weirdest way. It looks like Dive Kick. I don't know if you've ever seen that game, but like, oops, look it up really fast. Just type in Dive Kick PS3, PS5, whatever, and just look at it. The game looks exactly the same. I'm not playing a mobile game. I don't play mobile games at all, so I'm not truly worried about that game. They also showed AEW Casino. I'm not sure what I saw in that trailer. I truly have no idea what AEW Casino is. They just had a nice casino theme trailer with, people from the Dark Order there and, just AEW's being around in wrestling. I mean, gambling. Honestly, if that video would have been cut as like a hype package for Double or Nothing or All In or whatever casino theme show they have, I think it would be really cool. But they don't. But that's it for AEW games. Now we're gonna go a little to the WWE side. It's gonna be brief and short for them. Karrion Kross says that he is ready to go. Like he'll be back in any second. And I've been on Instagram. I believe it. When I saw him like lift something up that had Scarlett and her friend sitting in it, I was just like, oh yeah, this man is like, he's healed up. He's ready to go. So I think at this point, we're just waiting for Finn Balor, which we'll get into later, to come back and possibly, declare a challenger, throw some stuff out, or they might really just hold off on it and like wait for him to come back after Balor is finished. Probably. Who knows? And the Rascals, Impact's the Rascals, PWG's the Rascals has signed with the WWE. I think that's cool. NXT definitely needs more tag teams. Like I'm tired of seeing Breezango. Well, I'm not tired of them, but like seeing Undisputed Era is like whatever now. Drake, Maverick, and Killian Dane don't do it for me. They're really fucking up whatever it is going on with Everrise. Like, I don't think they can ever get me excited for them currently. So, a new tag team into the fold, I think that would be well. I'm just hoping these guys can cut the mustard and not just some regular smegular PWG guys, Spot Monkeys and all that other stuff. But it is what it is on that. I hope they do some great stuff coming to NXT because NXT definitely needs it for their tag division. And with that all done, we're going to go to talk about Full Gear. I pre-recorded this because I felt like I was going to kind of forget what happened if I waited all the way till Thursday to talk about it. So this is my kind of fresh impressions. This is me 1 day removed from Full Gear. Enjoy.
Out for you. You up in my house, smacking your gums at my man, and now you my problem. I'ma make this real easy for you. Don't you ever talk to him like that again. Don't you even look at him. And you know what else you can do? You can take your ratchet, trifling ass right up off my stage and do not come back unless I send for you. Do you understand me, heifer?
I will say that the last two AEW shows have not been stellar in the slightest. I definitely think they have fallen off quite a huge margin. Honestly, I do think they're falling off in quality. Like I'll say like last year's Full Gear is way better than this show. I would say like at least 2 pay-per-views ago we got like at least like 3 decent matches. Like I can't remember what show it was or like whatever subtitle it is that had Kenny Omega, Hangman Page on it versus the Young Bucks, but that was like the last really good AEW pay-per-view. So since this is going to be kind of a weird sort of episode because, you know, nature doesn't like Florida, we're going to go through every single match on the card just to, you know, kind of fill for time. So here we go. This match is not... I wasn't really like fucking with it. Just to keep it short and simple, I just thought they didn't have like any chemistry at all. Like I am familiar with a lot of Allison Kay's work. Like I know she can work like a lot better than this. So, and you know, I've seen Serena Deeb stuff on AEW, so I'm just gonna chalk it up to them not truly clashing well. I don't know if they had many matches in the past, but the match just didn't move me. Couldn't really capture my attention. But what happened at the end of the match? Thunder Rosa is back. She's going to be challenging Serena Deebs for the title on AEW again. And, you know, NWA kind of just saving the women's division on AEW, even though the match wasn't all that great. And, you know, there's been rumors about Thunder Rosa going to the PC, and I guess she's just like filling out their time until they call. And if AEW is willing to pay her, then so be it. But I'm truly praying to God that her and Allison Kay, who are both free agents, do not sign with AEW. The women's division is truly just a disaster, and I think every person kind of agrees with that. So like I don't think I'll get any backlash for truly saying that. And can Thunder Rosa save the AEW women's division? I don't know, because all it takes is for them to just not give her TV time, and then it's all done, or you know, it's all over. So it is what it is on that. The show starting out with Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. I guess we're gonna try to chalk it up to the President-elect Joe Biden's speech that was happening at like the same time as the show was starting. So that might have been rough, but like there is absolutely no way in hell that this was gonna even like beat that. Like there's like truly no way in hell. First of all, the pay-per-view is like still like $50 to $60. You already like barred people off with that. It's politics. Like it's way bigger than wrestling. Come on, guys. So I just think that putting them up first, especially like with this being the only match that I was excited for on the show, kind of insane, in my opinion. I would not have set them up to go first. I probably would have like set up Cody versus Darby Allin to go first, which was a okay match. But Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. I said it on the episode with Jeff J last week, and I wanted to wait and see if the cleaner was going to be there, and he wasn't there. I'm sorry. I truly think that the Kenny Omega of old just cannot be brought out in AEW. The level of competition is just not there. And I thought that Hangman Page would be the person to bring that out of him. But, like, same as the Serena Deebs and Allison Kay match. Like, yeah, they were getting their stuff off, but, like, they just, to me, just didn't mesh well. Especially, like, for former tag team partners. I just think it's weird that, you know, I don't really think they complemented each other in their styles, at least. But Kenny Omega wins. He's going to be facing Jon Moxley. And same as the prediction episode, he has to take it. Absolutely has to take it. I just think he'll be in a very weird spot in AEW if he doesn't win this match. I think Jon Moxley has had it long enough, and I think it's just time to truly move on from Jon Moxley. Orange Cassidy versus John Silver. I don't like this match. I saw a lot of people being positive about John Silver, but I'm just not a true fan of how he works. Like, I'm glad that he is a standout in the Dark Order. Like, we definitely need more of that now that Brody Lee is absent. But him just, like, doing stuff and then just, like, pacing around in the ring, like, I don't get why he was, like, working like that. Like, truly I guess it's, like, ring psychology to underestimating Orange Cassidy. But, like, we've seen Orange Cassidy go with the best of the best, and I don't think it was, like, the best to be, you know, kind of arrogant as he was, and just odd pacing in the match. Honestly, I would excuse it for people like Brock Lesnar or, you know, any like bigger and taller opponents, because, you know, like you muscle somebody around and you're just like, you want to flex your muscles and whatever and whatnot. But like here, it just didn't work for me. Sorry. I'm truly open to John Silver. I think he has a lot to offer for the Dark Order, but that just was not the match for me to truly witness, honestly. Next is Cody versus Darby Allin for the TNT Championship. I thought this match was really great. Darby Allin getting the championship was truly needed. Hopefully they do not continue this feud between Cody and Darby Allin. Hopefully Cody can truly, like, just take a step back a little bit. And I like that Darby Allin won it, despite controversy aside or whatever have been involving him in speaking out. But him going up with Team Taz immediately after, let's stop it. They've been fighting for far too long, and they've been beating the shit out of Darby Allin for far too long. If they're gonna do it, let's do it quick, because the next pay-per-view, which is, I believe, Revolution. I'm sorry, I probably should have written it down somewhere, but just no, that's in February, and there's truly no need to prolong this. So do one of those like mid-season, you know, special AEW episodes that they normally do, and then just have Darby Allin versus whatever in the FTR crew to get it out of the way. And I would prefer if Darby Allin beats one of them and we move on. I do not need to see another match between him and Cage or him and Ricky Starks. Don't need it. Let's just get a one and done, please. And then hopefully we can get more on the Will Hobbs thing and see if he truly wants to join or not. Next match, Nyla Rose versus Hikaru Shida. just couldn't truly care about this one. I think Nyla Rose made a poor decision. I said it way back when Nyla Rose kind of said she needed a valet to get championships, and she got Vicky Guerrero to be on the show, and then she doesn't win a championship. So just negating her whole like theory, it just didn't work. And now it seems like her and Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero, they're just not gonna work together anymore. So that sucks. Vicky Guerrero just came and got a nice payday, and at the expense of Nyla Rose, slapping her after the end of the match. Hikaru Shida retaining the championship. Good. I'm all good with it. Please let Britt Baker be next up and win that championship. I definitely think she is what the AEW's women's division needs, and she can truly just hold that title as long as possible. If Thunder Rosa is going to sign, I would prefer if Thunder Rosa took it off her, but Britt Baker could literally be like the Jon Moxley and just like hold the title as long as shit. Like I don't care for it. Not that I don't care for it. I don't care how long she holds it. I think that she is what the women's division needs. So next, we have a match that I would say it impressed. I was shocked. Like, my expectations weren't that truly high on it, but it exceeded expectations. And the Young Bucks versus FTR, I thought the match was really good. Towards the end, it started getting really weird, but I thought it worked really well. Them paying homage to every tag team they felt needed that love. They did the 3D, which was great. They did the I don't even know what DIY called their finisher, the super kick knee combo, but FTR did that. That was really cool. They did FTR always does it, but they did some Heart Foundation stuff. And there's another thing that I'm free. Oh, Matt, the Young Bucks doing the Hardys thing. I think it's the Twist of Fate to the Swanton. That was really cool. As far as like the finish for the match, come on, son. The Revival has been doing this no flips, just fists thing for so long. And the one time they want to do a flip, they cost themselves the match. I thought it was. I never doubted it in my mind that they could do flips if they needed to, or if they wanted to. But I believe Cash Wheeler, I forget which one's which, but him doing the spiral tap and eating shit just absolutely killed me. Like, yes, it was surprising, but just like, why? But it is what it is. I thought the match was really good, and the Young Bucks win the championship. Great. That feud is not done. So this is gonna take up, I guess, a longer bit of the AEW tag team division. They didn't disappoint, which I'm happy about. And hopefully when they have a rematch, it isn't at the February show. That's going to just take far too long. So once again, just do it at a, just like a season finale, just Dynamite thing, possibly in December like that. I wouldn't mind that at all. So sorry, I shouldn't have recorded while I have like a minor headache, but it is what it is. And the next match we're gonna go to is to the Deletion. I just thought it was just gonna be called Ultimate Deletion, but that's what it's called. Sammy Guevara versus Matt Hardy. And the fact that this match is kind of like recorded live or semi not cinematic, it just seemed like they just put a camera out there and just like let them do their thing, and it looked terrible. Um, Especially when you're recording this kind of thing at night. I think most of the Ultimate deletions are at night, but like all of them has much better lighting. Like Excalibur like says, "Oh my God, there's like the Lake of Reincarnation," and it's so pitch black and dark. It just seems like it's just a void over there. Like I couldn't even see like ripples in the water or anything. Uh, they couldn't just get one of the IG light rings and just put that, and so I could see like the light reflecting in the water or something. But presentation aside, I don't like this match, and once again, Matt Hardy not giving Sammy Guevara that win, and I think giving him a sort of a receipt, I guess, for throwing him off the scaffolding thing. I don't know, but Matt Hardy beating Sammy Guevara and then hitting him with the chair, and some people pointed out that like it's a reference to when Randy Orton hit Matt with the chair, and then he was kind of like written off. If Sammy Guevara is not going to get written off, I don't think that was like something that you would truly want to reference, and I think Sammy Guevara should have just did it to him instead. Like, I know that everybody's not the highest on Sammy Guevara, but he's truly the young talent that needs to get over, and there's no reason that doo-doo in the pants Matt Hardy is the one to truly be the one that is like keeping him down. Like it truly doesn't make sense to me. I think the only true positive highlights that I have would be Gangrel showing up. Like I thought that was funny. Him and Hurricane Helms, and they're like referencing the TNA Ultimate Deletion thing. I guess there was like a kidnapping story, and then Matt Hardy just kind of like forgot about it because he was like bouncing around in other promotions. I thought that was really funny. Private parties and Private Party and LAX getting involved just turned it into like just a bona fide street fight, and then I didn't like that part, but I did like them getting away from them and it making sense where they kind of just like closed the garage door on them so they couldn't get through. But the whole end of this match where it just kind of became a one-on-one was just messy, just not too great. I wish I had more positive things to say about this AEW pay-per-view, but there's just not much going on there, with a lot of weird booking decisions. And just something that I wanted to say before I finish this, them throwing Sammy Guevara in the trash can after, talk about like, I know the word burial gets like thrown around a lot. But Jesus Christ, how can you like watch that and not be like, oh, yeah, like that's not a good look, you know? You beat this young and up and coming talent. You beat his head in with a chair, and then you throw him in a trash can. Like, not that's that's not a good look for Sammy Guevara, especially a talent that they say that they want to push forward, but it is what it is. MJF versus Chris Jericho. MJF can go. Like, I see that the in-ring talent is there, but I guess since he's a heel that they're just not going to utilize it as much as they fully can. Jericho isn't as mobile as he used to be, so like the match is like oddly paced, but the finish of the match, I guess, keeping Jericho fairly strong and not really getting MJF over as much, in my opinion. But I do think that this is smart. It was a smart booking decision here. MJF kind of a coward, so he is not going to try to go long with Chris Jericho, and he also said that he is going to do whatever it takes to win, and he did it. He just did some true basic cheating that didn't really form any bad blood between him and Chris Jericho. So I definitely think that was truly a smart decision to make on MJF's part. And for the main event, Eddie Kingston versus Jon Moxley. I will start out with saying there's truly no point of watching this match because you for sure know damn well that Eddie Kingston is not going to win with Kenny Omega in the horizon. Like, I definitely think they should have. Maybe if they would have did Jon Moxley versus Eddie Kingston first, and then did a thing where like Jon Moxley is like watching who his next opponent's gonna be after that hellacious match or whatever, as Hangman and Kenny Omega is going, like that possibly would have been like cooler. And honestly, there's in this day and age, like it's not really a bad thing to throw your champion out there first. So I think that would have been cool. I think like WWE did something like that. I think during the NBA finals or something. Like there was an NBA game going on, and then they threw John Cena, AJ Styles, and Dean Ambrose. Like I think that was like the first match on the card. Like there was no shame in throwing out the champion first. But back to the match. I don't think it is as good as the Lance Archer match. I thought the Lance Archer match was much better. The barbed wire bat stuff, I know everybody is just like, like, oh, Deathmatch Cyrus or whatever, but I didn't think it truly worked well or was, dropped something, was smart. Eddie Kingston wrapping the barbed wire and then wrapping around his hand, I don't think that was as smart as Moxley putting it around his arm and then doing the bulldog choke. Like that definitely did a lot more damage to his opponent more than himself, in my opinion, or just I think Eddie Kingston definitely falling out of favor with him. I don't think Jon Moxley did a good job with. Actually, shit, I don't know. I've been really high on Jon Moxley lately. I don't know what it is. I think his promo work is, really getting him. I don't know. It's doing it for me lately, even though he hasn't changed at all. But Eddie Kingston, man, just I just don't truly know what to say because like when I was watching this match, I was just like, and it's going. Like, I don't think this is the same dude I saw at Bloodsport. I don't think this is this. Shit, I don't even know, man. Like, Eddie Kingston is just truly not doing it for me right now, and I don't think that match did him any favors personally. But they're gonna do the run back. Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley. Kenny Omega firmly being like, all right, no bullshit this time. This is going to be a straight-up wrestling match. And it's smart, long-term booking, in a sense. It works. So that is AEW Full Gear. Hopefully I can come to you guys on Friday with NXT and AEW Dynamite, the fallout of Full Gear to go along with it.
Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch?
I thought AEW was a weird show. I was talking to some people about it, and this show doesn't feel like the fallout from Full Gear. Like Full Gear just doesn't seem like it truly happened in this episode. I think the only things that are kind of like mentioned that happened on Full Gear is Darby Allin winning and Kenny Omega being the number one contender. That's about it. This show doesn't have FTR, who was speculated to leave because of the handshake deal that was reported not too long ago. New tag team champions, Young Bucks, Nyla Rose. I don't know if she was on Dark or not. Hikaru Shida, not on the episode. John Moxley, not on this episode. Hangman Page, not on this episode. A lot of the major players that were a part of Full Gear was not on this show, and I do think that is weird. But we're going to go into the first match. QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes versus Butcher and the Blade in a bunkhouse match, I believe. That's what I written down. I think it's called bunkhouse. I'm sorry if that's not it. But it's a bunkhouse match. I thought the match was cool. I thought the match was cool. I think that Blade bleeding that much that early into the show is kind of insane. You know, people want to do like you know, WCW was doing that while WWE was doing this or whatever. Like Butcher and the Blade. Well, like basically Butcher is bleeding his ass off. And right now on NXT, Leon Ruff just won the championship from Johnny Gargano. Like, it's like two weird things that are happening on this show. I don't think that Blade is going to be cleared to wrestle Pac next week. So that's gonna be weird. Maybe they should switch it out and let Butcher do it and let, Pac wrestle somebody different, somebody bigger, somebody not as agile as him, so he would have a different dynamic match. But we'll see if he's cleared to go. As far as the match goes, I don't really understand what this feud is about. Are they fighting to get Bunny back? Because that doesn't make sense to me. But they had the match. I thought if the match would have ended at QT Marshall doing the elbow from the ladder, I probably would have been a lot higher on that match. This match is like a good 3.5, I guess. If the match didn't go 5 minutes more after that brutal elbow drop from the ladder to a bloody Blade, I think the match would have been I would have been a lot higher on the match. There is a lot of talking segments on this show, which I will get into when I do quick hits. So we're just going to skip right over to the main event with Pentagon Jr. versus Phoenix. And I thought this match was fantastic. These two have done it again. Pentagon Jr.'s style is it targets the neck so much. I think it is truly not a great idea for Phoenix, who has neck injuries, who was out from a neck injury, to be wrestling this man. He should not be wrestling his brother. But nonetheless, after the match is over, Pentagon Jr. wins, and Kingston basically is like, all right, you settled your beef with your brother. We don't need him anymore. You're done with that. Leave him in the past. I don't think trying to pry these brothers away from each other is it's not a good idea. Not that great of an idea. But Jeff J last week predicted it. What if Pac wants to fight Eddie Kingston for basically his old homies? As you recall, I was just like, does Death Triangle even mean that much to him to truly be fighting for it? And the answer is yes. I don't know what Eddie Kingston has said recently. Maybe it happened on Dark or something on Twitter that I missed that he said about Pac. But Pac is hot. And he wants his fam back. And I definitely think that Eddie Kingston trying to pry these brothers away from each other is going to bite him in the ass. But we'll see what happens next week. I think they said next week, but we'll see what happens when they have their match, and maybe they part ways. We get Death Triangle back, and the Eddie Kingston family is just Eddie Kingston and Butcher and Blade and Bunny. We'll see how that goes. I'm interested into the whole thing. Now we're gonna get into the Kenny Omega promo. As you heard in my Full Gear review, the Cleaner is not back. The Cleaner is not that man that he is not the man that he used to be, and it is truly just attributing to the fact that nobody in AEW can bring that out of him. Honestly, I just think that it's just a level of competition that it just can't compare to New Japan. So, blah blah blah, whatever the hell he was saying, like, the Cleaner has never left. He's always been here. Certainly not the case. Everybody knows it, and that's why people have been saying what they've been saying. But December 2nd, it will be Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega in a regular ass match. This is definitely shades of what is it? Edge and Orton having a last man standing and then going, all right, no. We got to have that like regular ass match, you know? And everybody's basically saying that this is where Jon Moxley truly loses it and goes to New Japan to go defend the belt. And that's cool. Kenta definitely needs to take that title away from Moxley. I will be so furious if Kenta does not win that title from Moxley. You can listen to the G Show that was uploaded later this week. I think that Kenta is truly one of the shining bright spots in New Japan currently. Like, him and Tanahashi are like my two favorites right now. Whatever they do is just simple. They just fight and they leave, which is just good enough for fucking me. So if Kenta is not rewarded for his hard work that he has put in the G1 and for New Japan Strong, I will be very, very upset. But nonetheless, we're going to have that match, I believe. That was Revolution. Revolution, yes. I'm telling you right now, if Kenny does not pull something here out of his ass and has a really good match with Jon Moxley, this man's cooked to me. He's done. He's dead. I'm truly not going to be behind this man. Like, I can't like keep being on the fence if he's still good or not anymore. And we're going to finish off AEW before we go into quick hits with the Cody and Brandi and Jade. I didn't put her last name here. I believe it's Cargill, and a hint of Shaq. I'm going to keep it simple and brief. Fuck out of here. And this shit feels rushed. At least Cody had the decency to take the title off his person before entering this feud. That's all I'll say. Now, quick hits. What are they doing with Red Velvet? They paired her with Brandi, but she still can't get any wins. What is going on? Also, I thought the match with her and Takanti was pretty good, but Takanti and Anna Jay haven't been seen in so long, so it feels weird to reintroduce this story in a story that is now being introduced. Like, it's just two conflicting things that are like bashing with each other, and it just truly doesn't make sense. But I'm glad to see Takanti's back and Anna Jay. Hopefully they can get in the ring soon. Maybe Anna Jay and Britt Baker could possibly have a match soon, or her and Takanti. Somebody has to take that title off Britt Baker. I mean, Hikaru Shida. Somebody has to. Team FTW bores the hell out of me. I am tired of it. I'm tired of the very long-winded promos from Taz. Like, I think they're good, but like the fact that they don't truly amount to anything for him or his crew doesn't do anything for me. I think that I've been saying I think a lot, but Brian Cage and Matt Sydal was a decent match, but it was just kind of whatever. And the Will Hobbs thing, they kind of just dropped it. Like, he doesn't mention it. Will Hobbs not even on the show. If it's happening on Dark, I'm not watching Dark. I'm sorry, I'm not watching Dark. So if it's happening on Dark, that is so silly because you introduced it on the main show. But nonetheless, it just doesn't do anything for me. And I'm going to finish AEW off with the MJF and Inner Circle thing. I tweeted that I think I would like MJF a lot more if he had the in-ring ability to sort of just like, you know, make me eat crow or just eat my words, you know? Like, he's in all these talking segments that just don't do anything for me, you know? Like, I truly just think it's white nonsense for a lot of it. I did laugh when he what did he do? It was the Drake lyric, but I can't remember the song. It's on the tip of my tongue. It begins with an A. Oh my god, don't scream at your phone just yet. It's coming to me. When he was referencing All Me, when he was reciting the lyrics to All Me, I thought that was funny, but him joining the Inner Circle, I just truly don't know what's going to come out of it. Personally, I don't see him being anywhere near that title picture with Jon Moxley if Kenny Omega is next up. Like, he is not like coming around Kenny Omega. And if I'm wrong, I'll be wrong, but I just don't think it's happening. And it seems like this story is more of just a descent, or, you know, what I call it, like a curtain call, or just wrapping it up for Pride and Powerful to leave the Inner Circle. And if they do, I am praying they do something great after their title reign. Like, hopefully they have a match with the Bucks once again and take it off them. And, you know, they become tag team champions. I think that would be fantastic. But that is AEW. Now let's go to Orlando and let's talk about a little bit of NXT.
Spin the wheel, spin the wheel, spin the wheel, spin the wheel. Here we go. Big moment. Waiting a long time for this. Oh boy, who could it be? Who could it be? Who could it be? Whoa, it's going in reverse. Wait, it's Bronson. It's Ciampa. No, it's Priest. No, it's Ciampa. No, it's Oh my God, I've never seen a wheel like this before. Totally unpredictable. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is Leon Ruff. Wow.
Man, recording alone doesn't get any easier because, you know, breath control. Don't have much of it. I'm very tired right now. But NXT starts with Leon Ruff and Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano has a rigged wheel, faking as if he's going to do a real open challenge, and he thinks that he is going to just get one up on Leon Ruff because, you know, he can easily beat him. Like, what the hell? He's just a new signee, you know, fresh meat. But Damian Priest is in the crowd and puts a wrench in that plans, and Leon Ruff takes the North American Championship away from Johnny Gargano. I saw a lot of people not happy with this. I don't care. I love what I saw. I think that doing this is a very good look. Triple H putting, you know, sort of his cards behind Leon Ruff. Hopefully they let him keep it, and Priest and Gargano's feud kind of just, you know, does their own thing without the title. Damian Priest doesn't seem too hung up on, you know, not getting the title back as of right now. So I think it's cool that they're going to let Leon Ruff, like, have this for a bit. Like, they're not going to just hot potato the title. I think if they hot potato the title, I would, you know, be less happy with that. Let's go with those words. I would be less happy with that, but as of right now, I thought it was really cool, and I thought that Damian Priest going, "Hey yo, Johnny Gargano's gonna come over here and kick your ass. Take my car, go." So I thought that was really nice, and whatever comes from the story, I'm looking forward to it. Whatever comes from it next week. Now we're going to get into Candice LeRae versus Toni Storm. I thought it was very weird that there's no Ember Moon or Dakota Kai on the show. But this match is really good. I thought this was much better than the Shotzi Blackheart match. I'm not sure if Candice LeRae and Toni Storm have any history of wrestling each other in the past, but it shows. I thought this match was really good. The interference, which NXT has a lot of interferences tonight. Interference from Ghostface Helper, and then Cameron Grimes also interferes in a match that we'll talk about later. I thought it was weird to just have Indy Hartwell just unmask herself. I definitely think that they should have had either Toni Storm or Shotzi Blackheart rip it off her face, and then Indy Hartwell just beats him up anyway, and then she does her her really wide grin with Candice LeRae standing tall at the end. That would have been fine, but once again, we're gonna get the insert babyface and Shotzi Blackheart versus heels, like we saw it with Tegan Nox. We're seeing it with we saw it with Rhea Ripley, and now we're going to see it with Toni Storm. Shotzi Blackheart, just a good person to have on your team, I guess. And I think I put this in my quick hits, but I'm going to just talk about it now. I like what they're doing with Shotzi Blackheart, getting rid of, the tank, and having her get a little more serious. I know everybody's just everybody wants a serious and militant character or whatever, but I thought this really kind of lit a fire in her ass and kind of wants. She's getting serious, and that's really cool. She can always go back and be who she was before, but this level of intensity from Shotzi Blackheart is nothing that we ever seen before, and I think that's really cool. I didn't know that the tank meant that much, even though it may or may, I don't want to say it's not facts, but it's a very compelling story, and I like that they're getting this going and out of her. So if they have a singles match later on in the future, her and Shotzi Blackheart, Candice LeRae and Shotzi Blackheart, I think it would be really good. And before I get off the women, Toni Storm and Ember Moon seem to just they're kind of taking their sweet time around not giving them a title match. I guess since the big title match is Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai, I guess they're just waiting to see what comes from that before they kind of slot Toni Storm or Ember Moon in that sort of realm. But we're gonna get into Dexter Lumis versus Tim Thatcher. Tim Thatcher destroyed one of Lumis's paintings, and Lumis didn't like that, and this was a really good match. Lumis getting revenge for his art and his ankle injury, since Tim Thatcher was the person that did that in the triple threat something for the words are getting jumbled up right now. It was in a triple threat to qualify for the, I believe, 7-way or 5-way North American ladder match. Yeah, there we go. Putting it all together. I don't know what's going on. I have it all written down, but it's just not clicking. But I always knew that the match was gonna end in a non-finish, because I was just all right, when is Cameron Grimes gonna come and do his thing? And he did it. I think this is just gonna lead up straight to the match with Lumis and Grimes. I don't know where Thatcher goes next after this. Like, this isn't another loss for him, but I do think he is still lost in a sense. Whoever this Austin Gray guy is, I don't think they're going to have a match at the pay-per-view. So, like, probably like 2 weeks before the pay-per-view, they're probably going to have like a sort of like blow-off match of some sort. I don't know. But I don't see Loomis being in the next takeover as of right now. Now we're going to go into the main event, which is Breezango versus Oh, who is calling me? Not right now. Britt Brawlers versus Breezango. I didn't care for this match when it first happened. I just thought the match was just okay, and I thought this match, I thought the same for this match. Like, it's just going to be the standard match, just with a lot more heel shenanigans, and that's kind of just what we got. Drake Maverick gets involved, Pete Dunne, Pat McAfee interferes, all that sort of stuff, but just didn't really care for this match. I don't know. I do think that Britt Brawlers is good, but I don't think Breezango are good opponents for them. This is where people like the Rascals need to come in, or just like a different tag team. But it is what it is. And before we go into quick hits, I'm gonna get off. I'm going to start off with Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai. Next week, let me know who you want to win. I'm definitely thinking that Io Shirai will retain. I think that would be great. And Balor will be back next week. So that's going to be really cool. There's a lot of people missing on the show. Like, Dream is not on here. Kushida's not on here. Still no Undisputed Era. Who else? Yeah, no Ember Moon, no Dakota Kai. So it's really weird. That seems to be the theme for this week's in wrestling, where the hell is everybody? Standing here like Will Smith when his daddy ain't want him. Just where the fuck is everybody? But quick hits. Santos Escobar and Jake Atlas was truly whatever to me. I definitely think that Escobar needs to do something else, honestly. Like, it kind of sucks that he is a cruiserweight and he's just like stuck in this realm while everybody else gets to have fun. Like, what was it? Isaiah Swerve Scott, like, he got to wrestle like Gargano before he got pigeonholed into like this division. Like, the fact that these cruiserweight guys don't get to interact with anybody else on the roster is pretty ass to me, honestly. Like, I do think it's kind of lame, but it is what it is. And we're gonna end it off with whatever the hell this Yakuza or dark theme that Boa and Xia Li got themselves into, or whatever they're trying to present. I hope it gets them over. I truly do. I truly hope it gets them over. I definitely thought it was really cool in the presentation where the guy marks Boa's hand after he got his ass beat by Raquel. Like, I thought that was really cool. But what the hell is it? So we'll see that develop over the weeks. But I thought it was cool, but I'm just like, what is it though? You know? But that is it for this week on the War Report. You can follow us at the A Show RNC on Twitter, wherever you get your podcasts. Having shows like the G Show, new name pending, A Show, the Rewriters Room, and this show. And Spot Caller is coming out imminently. But that's it for the week of wrestling this week, and I got a PS5 to play.